America's Untreated Trauma: How War Has Shaped the Nation's Psyche, written by Jose Retana. From its very inception, the United States has been a nation shaped by war. The Revolutionary War, the Civil War, the two World Wars, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. These conflicts are not merely historical footnotes, but indelible marks etched into the very soul of America. They have defined its borders, its identity, and its place in the world. The constant presence of conflict, both on foreign soil and within its own borders, has left an unmistakable imprint on the nation's psyche, shaping its culture, its politics, and the very way its citizens interact with the world. This legacy of war is not merely a matter of historical record. It permeates the fabric of American society, manifesting in subtle yet profound ways. It is evident in the language Americans use, the fears they harbor, and the policies they support. It is a pervasive presence, shaping the nation's worldview and influencing its response to both domestic and international challenges. Understanding the profound impact of war on the American psyche is essential for comprehending the nation's present and navigating its future. The echoes of past conflicts reverberate in the present, shaping attitudes towards gun control, immigration, and even the use of nuclear power. By examining these issues through the lens of trauma, we can begin to grasp the root causes of many of the challenges facing the United States today. Only by acknowledging the deep-seated impact of war can America begin to heal from its wounds and move towards a more peaceful and just future. This requires a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths, to challenge deeply held beliefs, and to engage in honest and open dialogue about the true cost of war. The path to healing is a long and arduous one. It is a journey that America must undertake if it is to break free from the cycle of violence and forge a new path forward. Speaking the language of war. How conflict infiltrates everyday speech. The language we use both reflects and shapes our understanding of the world. In America, the pervasive influence of war is evident in the very words used in everyday conversation. Metaphors of conflict permeate American English, shaping how its citizens think and talk about everything from business to politics to personal relationships. Consider the ubiquitous use of terms like battleground states, war on drugs, culture wars, and fighting for our rights. These phrases, so commonplace as to be unremarkable, reveal a deeper cultural truth. America views the world through the lens of conflict. This tendency to frame even mundane issues in martial terms speaks to the deep-seated influence of war on the nation's collective consciousness. This linguistic phenomenon is not merely a matter of semantics. The constant use of war metaphors can have a powerful effect on how people perceive and interact with the world. It can foster a sense of us versus them mentality, encouraging division and polarization. It can also desensitize individuals to the true horrors of war, making it easier to justify violence as a solution to complex problems. By becoming more conscious of the language they use, Americans can begin to challenge the pervasive influence of war on their thinking. Choosing words that emphasize cooperation, dialogue, and understanding over conflict and aggression can help to shift the national conversation towards a more peaceful and constructive direction. Armed and afraid. The Second Amendment and the culture of fear. The Second Amendment to the United States Constitution, guaranteeing the right to bear arms, is a subject of intense debate and division. While proponents view it as a cornerstone of American freedom and a necessary safeguard against tyranny, its critics argue that it contributes to a culture of violence and hinders efforts to address gun violence. To understand the Second Amendment's enduring power, one must consider it within the context of America's history of violence and its enduring legacy of trauma. Born out of revolution and forged in the fires of civil war, America has always been a nation deeply suspicious of centralized authority and protective of individual liberty. However, this deep-seated belief in self-reliance has, in many ways, mutated into a culture of fear. The Second Amendment, initially conceived as a means of ensuring a well-regulated militia, has become intertwined with a sense of individual vulnerability and a distrust of others. This fear is further amplified by the constant presence of gun violence in American society. Mass shootings, gang violence, and police brutality serve as stark reminders of the ever-present potential for violence. In this climate of fear, the gun becomes more than just a weapon. It becomes a symbol of security, control, and even power.